when I used to I often say. Hey y'all, this is your girl Tasha Deshawn. In this video, I will be taking down my 4 weeks and 2 days old box braids. So technically it has been 1 month, and I will also be showing you guys my hair growth. So before I start cutting these braids, let me show you the new growth. Y'all see that? Y'all see all that? Well, I hope y'all can see it. Let me look up and see if y'all can see it. Yeah, I think y'all can see it. Now, the problem is when I turn around, because right now I am filming from my phone and I accidentally left one of my cameras in the car. Let me just turn around real quick. Oh, y'all, hope y'all can see me. So this is the back of my hair, and my new growth is growthing. I have a whole lot of new growth. You can see the back a little bit better than the front because my hair grows faster in the back. You need to learn your hair. Don't let nobody tell you about your hair. You should already know about your own hair. And one thing that I've learned about my hair and my kids' hair is our hair grows faster in the back. You know, the back of the head is the lower part of your nape. So that is where the hair is gonna tend to appear longer. So it's a pro to it, but also it's a con to it as well, because if your front don't grow as fast, then if you would like even hair all over from the front to the back, then you will probably have to continue to snip the back of your hair in order for it to be even. You don't have to if you don't want to. I never did it for years, but this go round I have been snipping the back of my hair due to the fact that my hair was damaged from my locks bunching and not budding, and also from a licensed stylist ripping one of my locks out that also forced me to comb my locks out. So your girl hair was chopped and screwed in the back, and I refused to do the third big chop. What we have to learn and understand is that we do not have to continue to big chop our hair. We can nurse our hair back to health. Now, we may have to do a little snipping. Of course, that's what I do. I snip a little bit at a time. And my hair looks pretty much even in the back now because I'm growing and snipping, growing and snipping, growing and snipping, growing and stop. But anyway, so let me just get to the business and start cutting these things out. So usually I will cut down at the end. Now, is my hair that far down? No, it is not. If you catch me looking over here, that's because I'm so used to looking in a regular camera from right here. I gotta get used to looking over here. Can y'all see my eyes? I hope so. But anyways, so like I said, don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a rush to take your hair down. Choose a day to where you are not busy, preferably on a Sunday. If you are not working after Sunday service, if you go to church, if you don't go to church, then that morning, I guess. But I cut down at the end. Once I start taking a braid or two down and I realize where my hair is at, I know what my hair is at, so I ain't no need of me saying realize. I'm just so used to cutting at the end. Now I do need to cut where I can open the braid up, but not too much, not too much. And sometimes, you know, if the braids are real skinny at the end, you can grab more than one and just clip. When I used to offer braid takedowns, when I used to I often say, but when I used to offer braid takedown when I used to braid hair. But anyways, when I used to offer braid takedown services, I would always cut their hair at the end, even though I braided their hair and I knew where their hair stopped at. You just want to be careful. You know, you ain't got time to be cutting folks' hair out. I used to get so sick of my clients coming back to get their hair rebraided, and they'll come with their haircut because they allowed their niece, little cousin, even their kids to cut their braids and then take them down and realize that that person cut their hair. Cut your own braids. I know folks be in a rush and don't want to take the time out to unravel and undo the braids from the bottom. If you are into hair growth and you are trying to reach your hair goals, you got to do what you got to do. And I'm telling you, it's better to cut your own hair by accident, but then that ain't even good either. But it really is better than someone else cutting your hair by accident. And nowadays, can we really say it'd be an accident? That's a whole different story. I'm gonna just talk about it for a second. I remember I had a licensed stylist that wasn't clipping my ends. She was cutting my ends, and she kept cutting one side uneven. Therefore, it made her have to go and cut another side. And she kept going from the left to the right, from the right to the left, from the left to the right. And she ended up telling me how one of her friends that's a stylist, she said, "Ooh, Tasha, my hair was the same length as yours, but so-and-so cut my hair," and I think she was jealous. I think she just was mad because my hair was longer than hers. It looks like you mad because my hair longer than yours. Look like you doing the same thing that she did. If you really want to know the truth, tell you, boy, these stylists, I'm telling you, now every now and then you have some good ones. You have, you know, it's not many. It's only a few good ones, and most of the time it's the old ones. Is it some new school ones? Yeah, where, I don't know, but the old school ones, they really care about your hair. I am going to just show you one that I take down, and then for the rest, I will speed this video up, and then I will come back probably after detangling it. I will be detangling it with a Y2 comb. Right now, I'm just using this skinny red tail comb just to get through the braid. Like I stated in my last video, I did install my own box braids. If you want to go back and search for that video, but it should be right before this video. Now my hair is real fine, so I have to really take my time because my hair could tear. And while you are taking your braids down, please take your time. Just take your time. Like right now, I'm just slowly and softly taking my fingers through there because I know that my hair has gone through so much agony, so much pain. And your braids can actually tangle up around the hair. Everybody's hair is different, but remember, I know that my hair is very fine and thin. So I don't have time to be losing what I just worked hard to gain. You get it? So right here, I don't even know if y'all can see it, but right up in here where that knot. And I call myself making these braids bigger so they can be easier and quicker to take down. But like I said, my hair tangles up very bad, and then all the dirt and the residue from the new growth don't make it any better. I used to leave my braids up for over a month. I've been really working hard from these past protective styles to keep my braids up for a couple of weeks up to a month, and that is the whole purpose of me using growth products. Now this right here is a piece of the braid hair. You just take your time and you slide it off, but you notice at the end that braid slid down. Some people will go ahead on and just yank it down. Don't do that. Please don't do that. It's not worth it. This right here is all of the residue. I don't know if y'all can see it, but all of the residue, which I call dirt balls, and I will get those taken off later. Right now I'm just going to take the braids down. So just hang in there. I'm just going to speed this video up and I will be back shortly. So I have made it to the last one. It took about 2 hours. Now, if I had been ripping through it and going very fast, then it probably would have took 1 hour. But I'm not complaining because I got to save a lot of hair. But I'm going to take the time to take this last one down with you guys and just talk about a few things that I know will help you when you're taking your braids down. If you have fine, thin hair, please be sure to unravel that braid. Go slow. It is worth every bit of it. Like right here at the bottom is where I take the rat tail comb and I run it through because it is very, very skinty. So I run this rat tail up. And the reason why this one is so tangled at the bottom is because whenever I'm braiding down and the braided hair is uneven, I will pinch a piece from another side when I'm installing my box braids, and I take that piece and I add it over to a weaker side. So I take, like, if this side is thicker and this piece is thinner, or if this piece is thicker or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I will take a piece from one part and add it over to the other one, then I'll continue to braid down. And that is why it's taking me a minute. It's only been like that on a couple of them, not all of them, but for the most of them, I was just able to run this rat tail comb straight through. Once I'm done with the very itty bitty skinny end, that is when I put the rat tail down, put the rat tail comb down, and I will start opening up the braid with my fingers. So I am just unraveling it, and it looks like I'm being rough. I promise you guys, I am not being rough at all. But I also want to let you guys know that if you feel a pinching or a stinging whenever you are taking your braids down, that's your hair pulling. So do everything in your power to not experience that. Now, I chose this one on purpose because with my edges, and I promise you I haven't had any ripped out, they just need to be, those knot balls need to come off. But I have all of my edges. But with the ones on the edges, and this one that's in the very front, which is an edge, I usually will hold that hard part, and I take the other hand and I will unravel it. Now, I will let go if I'm having trouble with unraveling my fine hair out of that piece. And that is to keep your hair from tugging, pulling, snapping, and breaking. That's how a lot of people lose their edges. And some people edges are just not easy to snap back. And there you have it. Their braid is off. That is my last braid. And I finally made it, y'all. Now this is where my hair, this has nothing to do with the braids, but right here is where I had locks and they were bunching instead of properly budding. So 2 locks grew together, and my genius self, you know, wasn't thinking that I was gonna ever comb these locks out, because I had plans on keeping them in for life. So when they grew together, I cut one, and that is this one. But I don't know if I'm going to do bigger box braids next time, like making sure that those parts are big, like having no more than like 10 or 12 at the most in my head. Or I may do my signature crochets, which I call the crochet messy bob. So you just have to stay tuned and make sure that you subscribe to my channel to be up to date. You all have a blessed night, and thank you all for watching.